There is no doubt that if you wake up with low energy for the entire day, or at least for the next few hours, you will feel bad. You will feel weak, you will not feel focused, you will have no energy then. We don't want that. We want to wake up like a boss, with a lot of energy. And let me tell you this, it is not as hard as you think. I will teach you in this video how you can wake up like a beast with so much energy. It will make a big difference. By the way, before we start, this is the third video on a series about sleep. The first video was about how to fall asleep faster, and the second video was about how to increase the quality of your sleep. The links are up there and also in the description, because sleep is a total package. You want to sleep easier, sleep better, and wake up more fresh. And then you have the complete package. But let's start with this one now. The first tip, and this is the most important tip of all tips, is that you must wake up when you are in flat sleep. Look, what do I mean by that? When you are sleeping, you have different sleep phases. You have deep sleep, you have dream sleep, the REM sleep, where your eyes are moving, also even when they're closed, and you have the flat sleep. That is the easy explanation of it. And if you wake up, your ringtone starts when you are in deep sleep. Then you wake up like this. You can't wake up then, okay? It's so hard when you are in deep sleep phase, in a deep sleeping phase. But on the other hand, if you wake up when you're in a REM or flat sleeping phase, you wake up like that easily. But how do you find the right time? Two options you have here. You can either calculate, or you can use even a sleep cycle alarm clock. There are also things like that. Let me tell you how you calculate it. An average sleeping cycle takes about 90 minutes. It depends, sometimes it's maybe 80 minutes or 100 minutes, but 90 is the average, and you can calculate how much you should sleep every single night. If you sleep, for example, for 4 sleeping cycles, that makes 4 times about 90 minutes, 6 hours, or 5 cycles, 7.5 hours, 6 cycles, 9 hours, okay? That would be the best. Plus, at the end of a cycle, you are in a flat sleeping phase, but you must calculate also, you must add the time that you probably need to fall asleep. If that's for you 5 minutes and you fall asleep very fast, then just add another 5 minutes to it, or 15, that's the average. If you fall asleep lately, okay, it's hard for you, then 20 minutes, maybe up to 30 minutes, you can count there. For example, you want to sleep for 5 sleeping cycles, 7.5 hours, plus you add the 15 minutes for sleep, to fall asleep, so you have 7 hours and 45 minutes, okay? 8 hours people say, but 7 hours and 45 minutes, for example, would be there perfectly maybe for 5 sleeping cycles. But your sleeping cycle is not the same sleeping cycle that others have, so try it out. What works best for you? Start with 90 minutes and 15 minutes average to fall asleep, and then instead of setting yourself maybe in a ringtone for the morning, you can also set a timer for 7 hours and 45 minutes, for example. Or if you want to sleep for just 6 hours, 6 hours and 15 minutes. Or you sleep for 9 hours, 9 hours and 15 minutes. Start with that, and then play around with maybe +5 or +10, -10, -5 minutes, and see at which point when you wake up in the morning you feel the most energy. It will make a big difference. On the other hand, imagine you wake up after 8.5 hours. Probably you will feel very bad because you're in a deep sleeping phase. Then in the middle of a sleeping phase, you wake up, you feel dead. Okay, even when you slept for 8.5 hours, you could feel more powerful when you slept for 7 hours and 15 minutes, maybe, for example. So this way you calculate it. 90 minutes of sleeping cycle plus the time that you need to fall asleep, and then play around how your sleeping cycles are. But there's also another option. There are, for example, in the Play Store, probably also in the App Store, apps, sleep cycle trackers that you download. Then you have your phone, you put your phone next to yourself, next to you when you sleep, and the phone analyzes during night how you're breathing and gives you a scale how your sleep looked like, and then the phone can wake you up when it thinks that you are in a flat sleeping phase. It works. The sleep cycle alarm clock for Android, there is in the Play Store. I used it a lot. The only problem is that the phone is right next to you, so you can use the snooze button, and we don't want that. But you can also just calculate it. Let's go to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is something that I use and I recommend it to everybody. It's a sunrise alarm clock, because the sunrise alarm clock, I have here one, is simulating sunset and sunrise. And if the brain thinks, hey, sun is coming out, you wake up much more easier. Naturally, you don't need a ringtone. I bought my sunrise alarm clock here from Philips, from Amazon, and it has the function to wake you up with a sunrise. I can set up the time 20 minutes, 25, 30, 35 or 40 minutes before I want to wake up. It starts with a slow sunrise from level 1 to level 20. It starts red, becomes orange, and then at the end it's really yellow, and it wakes me up really, really good. And I wake up much more fresh using it. It wasn't a big investment for me. For me it was about 100 euros, and that was a lot for me, but I bought it on Amazon knowing that I can send it back whenever I don't feel that it's not working. I just send it back, I get my money back. But sleep is very important, that I bought it and it worked for me, and I use it for about 3 years now, and that's why I recommend it also to you. If you want to check it out, I have links for you in the description for Amazon UK, Amazon US and Amazon Germany. It's an important investment, I think, because it helps me really with waking up and falling asleep faster, because it is also a sunset function where when I'm reading before bed, it just simulates a sunset, then the room is dark and I fall asleep. Easy. Tip number 3, that's a simple one. Wake up at about the same time always. The body has a natural rhythm, and if you wake up at about the same time always, the body also sets up the flat sleep for that time then, okay? Because the body is, we are creatures of habits. If you wake up at the same time always and you fall asleep also at the same time, you will automatically be in flat sleep at that time, because that is normal for you. And even in weekends when you don't have to wake up early, that's why you wake up at that time again, because then you're in flat sleep. The body has adapted to that and you wake up. So in summary, tip number 1, wake up when you are in flat sleep. Either calculate it with a 90 minutes rule plus adding the time that you need to fall asleep, and use a sunrise alarm clock. I recommend it to you, this one from Philips. It's amazing, has so many ratings. Amazon links are in the description again. And the third thing is, try to wake up at about the same time, because the body and we are creatures of habits, and the body just adapts to it, and you automatically have then tip 1 in there, because you wake up when you are in flat sleep then. Yes. This was the video about how to wake up more fresh. Don't forget that the other 2 videos, how to fall asleep faster, how to increase the quality of your sleep, are up there in a playlist for sleep, and the links are also in the description. Check them out and just sleep like a boss. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, you can do that down here, and you can watch other videos to develop yourself up here on the sides on this channel. I want to grow myself and become the best version of myself, and I want to do that with you. I want you to grow too. So let's unleash the alphas in us, be a community, and I wish you a great day. You're amazing.